Yo, 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 this is Lee Laurent, and I'm here rocking with All Urban Central. And if you haven't seen this news article, 50 Cent is clapping back at the Sun News article for using his name for headlines. In the headline is reading his name out saying 50 Cent rapper lives at Asylum Hotel. Now, if you don't know who the rapper they're talking about, right now they're talking about his former G-Unit member, Bang'em Smurf. We're going to get into that because some are saying that he was never a legitimate member of G-Unit, and 50 Cent arguably would probably say that he was never affiliated with him. Actually, he's saying it right there in the caption. So we're going to get a little bit more into the story, but we're going to dive into this headline and his news article with the Sun. But let me just say this. 50 Cent has been clapping back all week on his Instagram. 50's IG's been going viral all week as he's been trolling rappers left and right. Whether it's been Zeno screaming about getting his paperwork, or if he's talking about Diddy in his new case trial, obviously now he's alleging that him and Cassie were mutually violent to each other. So obviously it was a good move for Sun to try to use his name to put for headlines and get some clout. But 50 is already denouncing, saying he is not gang.
I'm not gang. I do not gang bang.
And I honestly don't blame 50. Like, this is not the 90s. Like, rappers are literally going to jail for RICO charges for talking about things on their rap songs left and right. So anyway, back to this article, and obviously 50 posted on his IG, and I mean, they're definitely using his name for clout, and I wouldn't be surprised if Curtis Jackson with The Soup come out and decides to sue them for defamation and false information, but I wouldn't really say that Bang'em Smurf was ever 50 Cent's rapper, and obviously Bang'em Smurf was never really a rapper.
Yeah, that's why you probably think I rap, because I got a song with Banks on that mixtape. But I never rap. I just used to been around rappers, and I'm bullshitting one day like, fuck it. But I don't rap. Yeah.
So it's crazy how they put that in the headlines, and then obviously he put in other posts that 50 Cent's pal. So it's kind of saying that 50 Cent is somehow affiliated with Bang'em Smurf, and obviously that's probably going to drag 50 Cent down. So we're going to get into what would seem to be like a beef between Bang'em Smurf and 50 and G-Unit in general, and how this is horrible that they're trying to link him to this guy. So right now, this headline is definitely circling through all the media, and we're going to check out this news article from the Daily Mail UK. And basically, headline is saying 50 Cent rapper friend Bang'em Smurf is also, like, it's the same thing. He's staying at a tax-paying asylum in UK after being jailed for shooting in US. So they're obviously trying to tie 50 Cent into the shooting, which is not a good look. So as you go into the article and following the headline of Bang'em Smurf's shootout, it's still referring to Bang'em Smurf as one of rappers 50 Cent friends and group members of G-Unit, and how he's an asylum seeker. It goes into detail, breaking down and bringing out his government name of Daniel Castile, and it's actually referring to him as the former head of security for G-Unit. A lot of people in the hood, they refer to Bang'em Smurf as, one of 50 Cent's hitters, like one of his, main runners, but they're referring to him as security. But yeah, they basically go into details of the accommodation of the asylum that he sought out. This is after he obviously got deported from US with criminal gun possession charges. And they're also saying and alleging that Bang'em Smurf was actually in the club video, which I've watched it multiple times. I could not find him, so I'm thinking maybe he was off to the side somewhere, but I didn't see him. And if you live under a rock and don't know who 50 Cent is, obviously he was pushed and A&R'd by Eminem and Dr. Dre, but 50 Cent is a living legend, coming out with his breakout single In the Club, which took the hip-hop music world by storm. This single earned 50 Cent a bunch of plaques, and while he was pushing his own single album, he simultaneously was pushing his own music group album, G-Unit. In this picture, you can find photoed Tony Yayo, Young Buck, and Lloyd Banks, the other members of G-Unit. 50 Cent accumulated multiple hit songs and multiple platinum hits, with his album The Massacre going 6 times platinum and Get Rich or Die Trying 2 times platinum. And with his music group G-Unit that emerged in November 2003, debuted their first album, Beg for Mercy, that went 2 times platinum. This type of thing never happened in hip-hop. So this actually made 50 Cent one of the largest breakout artists, as well as his group G-Unit. And although there were many iconic rappers from Queens, such as Nas and LL Cool J, definitely 50 Cent put Southside Jamaica, Queens on the map. With his gangster persona and his authentic lyrical content to match, everyone in the hood was relating and comparing themselves to 50 and G-Unit, and they wanted to be a part of it. So it's no wonder that Bang Smurf, someone in Southside Jamaica, Queens, wanted to be a part of G-Unit. As seen in the middle of the photo, near 50, you could tell that he wanted to be a part of G-Unit. But if you listen to 50's side of the story, it never seems like 50 actually made him G-Unit. Bang Smurf, an immigrant from Trinidad at the age of 15, ended up in America and ended up in Southside Jamaica, Queens. He quickly made a name for himself, participating in hood activities, which he openly discussed in multiple interviews about gun possession, murdering, shootout, and other things that we won't get into full details. However, we will play this.
We just started spinning on everything from there. So from 99, we just spinning. Fifth ain't even have to tell us to spin. We was just spinning on everything.
Even during this No Jumper interview, Bang Smurf admits that he was just doing what he does normally without being directed or getting instructions from 50. So he was just trying to get 50's approval or attention. But if you listen closely, he was never a part of 50 Cent's G-Unit, and 50 Cent never told him to do anything illegal.
Fifth ain't even have to tell us to spin. We was just spinning on everything.
And without getting that approval, obviously the admiration became resentment and then formed a beef. Obviously, Bang Smurf was really upset with 50. And although there are many sources, we can't pinpoint what originated the beef. Some will say, obviously, Bang Smurf's activities caught up to him. He did catch a charge, and he was quite upset that 50 didn't pay the $75,000 to bail him out. Some will say that 50 took him on tour, and after him getting into some fighting activities, 50 kicked him off tour. It doesn't seem as if 50 Cent and Bang Smurf was pals, as the article suggests, especially not after the iconic Summer Jam performance where 50 Cent and G-Unit became an all-out brawl between Bang Smurf, his boy Domination, and a bunch of people from the hood, from Southside Jamaica, Queens, that Bang Smurf came to taunt G-Unit on stage. I don't know if you guys remember this video, but check it out. Bang Smurf admitted that he purchased 20 front row seats so him and his crew can taunt G-Unit until things finally came to a head. But can we talk about how 50 Cent caught this chair that was thrown at him? Bang Smurf did get deported because he's not an official citizen of America, and after his last big charge, he was deported after he served time. And this is probably why he found himself in asylum in UK. But 50 even talks about how he didn't put a hit on him in his interview.
That was because the nigga was talking crazy, and you look and go, oh, word? My nigga, you knew I didn't like all that shit he was saying. You know what I'm saying? And then you go, look, from there, now you cool, you in. You know what I'm saying? But there was no specific situation that was where they was told to knock him off. You know what I'm saying? Like, he felt like that. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Seems like Bang Smurf was no longer good in the hood, and all of his behavior was definitely catching up to him. And it seems as if when he was trying to affiliate himself with G-Unit and 50 Cent, it offered him some protection, being that 50 Cent was definitely a gangster before he was a rapper, and quite reputable in Southside Jamaica, Queens. And it kind of offered him some type of protection. But with his reckless behavior and numerous charges and random beefs with 50, it definitely seemed like 50 decided to separate himself as far as possible so Bang Smurf wouldn't pull him down. And although Fifth is an iconic rapper and puts out music occasionally, he's definitely evolved to a full-out business mogul. And I can understand why he took the time to clarify that he has no affiliation with Bang Smurf, nor did he ever officially have that. So, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely think it's safe to say that 50 is not gang. But what do you think?